The Big Bang created the universe. What created the Big Bang? Thank you for the question. It was the Belgian priest and Vatican astronomer Lemaitre who coined the term Big Bang. He was trying to reconcile the Bible's statement in Genesis 1 verse 3, God said, and there was light, with cosmology. Outside of religious considerations, therefore, I believe that the question of the origin of the universe is misleading. I do not believe that anything or anyone created anything in the past. Scientifically speaking, the concept of time, past, present, and future, is outdated anyway. Time is an illusion, said Einstein. An illusion of the human perspective, I say. For most people, there is a beginning, for instance when we think back to our childhood. A first memory, a first thought. But that is also an illusion, born of human amnesia. The human amnesia of the past is our amnesty from sin. Philosophically speaking, the universe has always existed. What is new is that today we have the consciousness to understand that there is us and the universe. We create the human universe in our thoughts at this moment. There is no separation between our inner and outer world. By us, I mean you, me, and everything we understand and that exists. We try to make sense of it and look for a beginning, a Big Bang. But the universe has always existed. It is infinite and has no beginning or end, like a Mobius strip. Why? Why not? Question from A. F. Candan Aliguavensi.
The term infinity is a contradiction. The universe, of which we perceive a small part, cannot end. Must not be infinite. Because everything that exists as a whole is in itself an interaction. Such a whole can only exist in a state of equilibrium because it can be determined and thus considered to exist. Otherwise, one side, as an equilibrium parameter, would very quickly destroy the whole. An equilibrium must consist of mutually balancing subunits. The equilibrium in a whole, even if its boundaries cannot be clear to us, cannot be infinite as such, because otherwise the interacting components, the counterforces, that keep each other in check should be simultaneously and reciprocally infinite depending on the change in the size of the opposing side, but this cannot be explained rationally in physical terms. For example, although the number 10 symbolizes a unique quantity, dividing this quantity by 3 results in a repeating infinite number. This is because 3 is not a divisor of 10, which means that such divisions do not lead to a finite result.
Words are like harpoons.
UK physicist and astronomer Fred Hoyle told an interviewer in 1995.
Once they go in, they are very hard to pull out.
Hoyle, then 80 years old, was referring to the term Big Bang, which he had coined on 28 March 1949 to describe the origin of the universe.
Humanity has coined the term Big Bang. Perhaps we can agree on that.
Very well written. I would just add with regard to the question that the alleged Big Bang, like all theories, has never been proven and is based only on assumptions and speculations. Well, and perhaps everything in the manifested worlds is ultimately an illusion, and follows a detailed plan with rules and laws.
Here is a question by Chris.
Well, I'm not a physicist. But the Big Bang, i.e. the beginning of the universe as we think we know it, was neither a bang in the sense of an explosion. There would have been no one there who could have heard it. No one was there anyway, nor did it take place at a point. I imagined it as a pure calculation model, so not concrete at all. There are reliable measurements of an apparently expanding universe, and you can calculate that back to a point. A candle that burns cannot have burned forever. Is the entire energy and mass of the universe, which according to Einstein is the same thing, limited, or do both create themselves anew, or does it all just change? Does everything that moves go back to ever new causes up to the first shove that has no cause? Aristotle, God for theists. But God is not part of the methodology of natural sciences, since he is neither provable nor measurable. As interesting as that would be, I can't imagine anything.
Yes, we have the expanding universe. But if it expands into infinity, it doesn't need a beginning, does it? All calculation models are based on the assumption that the redshift is caused by expansion. Expansion theory assumes a specific geometry for the universe. The Riemann sphere. A ball, to put it simply. A simplified Riemann sphere and a human. I am a fan of the torus theory, however, even if the transmission of this information was done in an unconventional way. You could also say, telepathic. Telepathy has been a staple of science fiction for a while. In recent years, it has been successfully demonstrated in laboratories on mice, using cables. Humans have also been wired up as telepathy test subjects. Internet protocols were used to transmit thoughts between humans on different continents. Naturally occurring telepathy in hypersensitive individuals without technical aids is considered extrasensory perception, ESP. There's a stigma surrounding ESP. Studies investigating ESP that confirm its existence are considered pseudoscience. In telepathy, the meaning of a concept sometimes gets garbled in transmission. For instance, transmitting the concept of a horn torus can be mistaken by the receiver for a horn torus or the horns of a bull. This was my vision. Back in 1986, before I went to sleep, I saw this majestic structure floating in the room, and all the stars and galaxies were moving towards the center. I saw a torus with an infinitesimal hole in the middle, and everything on its surface moved towards a point, or a tunnel, to be reborn at the other end. A self-regenerating universe. Teilhard de Chardin would have described the terminal or end point as an omega point. At first, I wasn't sure what I was seeing. This bagel model is now called the hypertorus universe model in scientific nomenclature, or HTUM for short. Each sesame seed on the bagel corresponds to a galaxy cluster. All fields have this shape. By that, I don't mean flower fields, but electric fields. The website htum.org has an interactive simulation of the hypertorus universe model. The whole thing looks really sexy.
Oh yeah.
This is a universe with a beginning and an end.